All right. Hello, everyone. Megan here with Ocean Rehab and Fitness. Thank you again. We are in August now, so we've been here for throughout the summer, and we've extended into August. So all these sessions are kind of past what we thought we'd be doing. So thank you, Disability Foundation, for hosting this, and thank you all who've been coming every week. It's so awesome to see everybody coming and joining in. People can join in on Facebook Live, or people are here in Zoom. So today is a nice rainy day, good day to be working out indoors. Hi, Mariana, Nicole, Neil. Good to see you yesterday, Neil. All right, so we're gonna get started. We're gonna start with a warm up, and today is going to be a little bit more cardio based. So the goal is to try and get the heart rate up a little bit, keep continually moving, so we're not doing so many stops. Because of that, with the nature of that, we're gonna be doing some timed intervals. So I'll be using my phone to time you. Okay, just a reminder, if something's challenging or you can't quite keep up with it, or you can't go for the duration of what I'm timing, that's totally fine. You can stop, you can take a break, you can go quicker if it's not challenging enough for you. You can always go back to this and watch this later and pause it at certain times, whatever you'd like to do. Okay. Hi, Janice from Facebook. And another reminder, if you do have any questions or comments, you can, as you can see, if you write it in the chat, I'll be able to see it right away. Okay, for those of you that are new. So before we get started with warm up, if you could grab a dowel of some type, so it can be a cane, a dowel, and some of you have used umbrellas before. If you really don't have anything quite like this, even a broomstick would work. I know Karina sometimes uses like a towel. It might be a little more challenging today. I do recommend getting something that's hard. Anything else you can use, like a hockey stick, anything like that. So I'll give you a few seconds to grab this and then have it handy. We're not going to use it this second. Have it handy, and we're going to get started with some myofascial release. So just using our hands. And actually, if any of you have a ball, I'll just show you. This is a lacrosse ball. This or like a tennis ball would be good, just for the myofascial release. If you don't have it, that's fine. We can just use fingers. I'll demonstrate both ways. Okay, so if you're gonna do the ball, you're just gonna take the ball. We're gonna work right up in the trapezius muscle right here, which can get quite tight. So if you're using the ball, I just support my elbow with my hand. Okay, and we're just gonna kind of dig in and kind of find a tender spot, or maybe like a spot that feels kind of like hard. Okay, and you'd be doing the same thing if you don't have a ball. You can just use like 2 or 3 fingers and kind of dig in, and you'll have a little better sensory that way. You'll kind of be able to see where you're driving into. Okay, so I'll just demonstrate with my hands for now. And you're gonna think of driving in. So find that spot that's tender or feels like a rock or a mountain, and you're gonna drive in. Yeah, Nicole found some tight areas, good. And now you're gonna pull the ear away and then come back up. So you're gonna drive in here, so pin, and then extend. So we're just creating a little length in that muscle. Okay, we're gonna do 10 of these here. If it's too much, you don't need to press so hard, okay? For me personally, I need to get pretty hard in there to get a nice good stretch. So it's up to you. Okay, and pull. Okay, we're halfway. And pull. And pull. Good. Let's do 3 more here. 1 and 2 and 3. Good. Okay, so now we do the same thing on the other side. So ball if you'd like, or you can just use your hands or your fingers. Find that spot. You might be different. So you might have differences on each side. So if that tender spot isn't in the same area that you just did on this side, then go somewhere else, and it's probably elsewhere. Okay. So once you found it, drive those fingers deep right into it, and then you're gonna pull away. Okay, come on up. It should feel you shouldn't be like on your shoulder bone out here. It should feel really like almost like a steak. It should feel like you can really put your fingers in there. A little bit spongy. Okay, and then if you're super tight, it might even feel ropey. And that's okay, but that's where we want to be. Okay. Try and really press onto that ropey area and not let it fling out from under your hand. Okay. And 6, good. 7. Okay, reminder for those of you that are able-bodied, you can do this standing. Okay, but when we get into some of the cardio work, I will suggest us being seated for quite a bit of it, okay? Good, awesome. Okay, now we can take our hand and we're gonna work right below in the subclavicle here. So our collarbone is like this bony ridge right here. They kind of go all the way across. So you're gonna work right under that, okay? I'm gonna use a ball for this because I prefer that. But once again, you can use your fingers, okay? And you're just gonna go right in the meatier section, so not on the bone, just below it. Okay, and make sure that the arm of the side you're using is just relaxed down at your side. Okay, or you can have it relaxed in your lap. Okay. Do another 10 seconds here or so. And now we're gonna move down into the pec area. So right in the top of the chest here, closer to the armpit, you're gonna kind of just draw some tiny little circles in there, releasing that pec major and pec minor. Once again, if you're not using the ball, you're just using your fingers like so, okay? So some really nice release work. These structures all by the shoulder, neck, shoulder, pec, it's all related. They're all connected. So typically we want to try and get into all of them because if one is tight, it's going to pull on the other structure and then it's like a domino effect. So by getting all 3 of these, we're really we're going to target 4 actually, but getting these 3 will actually help then a little more than just doing one. Like if you're just stretching your neck, we want to get into the other structures around the shoulder as well. You'll get a lot more benefit out of it. Okay, from there you can put the ball down for a second and you're just going to activate and tap your lats and your serratus. So we're just like slapping that area just to get some blood flow and kinesthetic awareness to this area. Doesn't have to be crazy hard. Okay, just nice and solid. Okay, good. And now we're going to repeat all of that to the other side. So we already did the neck, but now we're getting into subclavicle. So coming in. Okay. Once again, you can use your fingers if you don't have a ball. This is a lacrosse ball. I think I said that already. It's best to start with a tennis ball. If you have one, if you're going to use a ball, it's just a little bit softer, has a little bit more give. This one's quite intense. Because we don't want to fight against it. We want to be able to relax against the pressure we're giving. Okay, another 10 seconds here, and then we'll move into the pectoralis area. Okay, and now we go into the pec, so just above the chest there, working almost into the armpit. You're just kind of right in front of it there. And you're keeping that arm nice and relaxed. If you feel yourself tensing up against your hand or the ball, I suggest backing off slightly. Okay, if you do any type of wheeling or use canes, like walking crutches or poles, these can get very tight. Okay, good. So you can put that ball aside, and now we're just going to activate those lats and serratus. So we're just coming in, nice big slaps all the way down the ribs and up under the armpit, side of the ribs. Good. Awesome. All right, let's start with some neck. So we're going to just tip the head up and then back. Make sure you're sitting nice and tall. Tuck the chin and then back to center and up Today would be a good day to play some music if you have it, as long as you can still hear me. And tuck your chin. And up. And down. Good. 4 more here. This is 1. Tuck. And 2. And tuck. And 3. And tuck. Good. And 4. Tuck. Now we're going to look right to the side. So we're going to look 1. Keep those ears on an even playing field. So we don't want to turn so much that the ear gets tipped down. It's only a rotation, not a tip. Okay, so if you're super tight, you might not be able to get that far, and that's okay because we want to keep those ears level. That's why we're doing these, trying to gain a little bit more mobility before our workout. Good. And this is 1. And 2, last 2 here, 3 and 4. And now we're going to tip. So now we get to tip an ear just like you did in that next stretch where we release the trapezius. Make sure your chin is facing forward and up and down. Good. And again. Nice, last 2. Good, and now we're gonna do shoulder rolls, coming forward, all the way forward. Some of you have been here every week since the beginning. Karina, I think maybe we should do a special shout out or have like a special something for those individuals. I won't mention their names, but they know who they are. And 8, 9, and 10, good, and now we go backwards. And 5, 6, good, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And now we're going to add the hands. So we're going to bring the hands to the shoulders. This time the shoulders stay still, and I want you to think of drawing circles in space with your elbows. 4, 5, 6, good, 7, do what you can, 8, 9, 10, and now we reverse it, and up and over 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, try and get them really big, 8, 9, and 10, good. Now we're going to take one hand, reach up, look up to the ceiling, and then back, other side, up, and down, good. And up. Good. This is 7 here. Remember, if I'm going too fast, it's okay. Just keep moving. Sometimes some of these stretches feel a little nicer if we hold them a bit longer, and you can by all means do that. Good. Now we're going to turn and twist so I can put a hand on my thigh and help myself rotate and tap. Other side. Tap. Good. This is 7, 8, and this is 9, and 10. And now we take it out, right out to the sides for our bear hugs and hug. Make sure your fingers, you can't see them in the frame, but when you extend your arms, make sure your fingers are like this. We don't want to have them here. Okay, so extend. My fingers are nice and big and long. Cross. You're alternating your top arm when you hug yourself. Six, 7, 8, 9, and last one, 10. Okay, you're going to keep this one out. Tiny little circles for the rotator cuff. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and now we go the other way. Good. This is 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Okay, bring a wrist out. 1. We'll be holding a dowel today, so try and get those wrists nice and warm. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Other way. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 8, 9, and 10. Good. Other side. 1, 2. Oh, awesome. 3, 4. So Karina, if you look at if you guys are wanting music, if you look in the chat, she has posted some music, a playlist made by a summer student. So feel free to play that in the background. If it's on YouTube, you can actually turn the volume on YouTube separately from the volume on your computer, so you could still hear me and have your music. Just a little tip. 3, 2, thank you for sharing that, Karina. 1, excellent. Okay, so now, before we get into the dowel work, I just want us to find our shoulder blades and our shoulder stabilizers. So everybody knows the drill. Go ahead and grab right and tap, not grab, tap right in between your shoulder blades. Just tap. Even if you need to do this, you can do it this way. Maybe you need to go under, but just somehow you can actually, even if you want to tap it with the dowel, just tap back there so that you can feel where we want to squeeze. Okay, and now we're going to do scap squeezes today. It's 2 sets. Here we go. So we squeeze the shoulder blades, 1, 2, and then relax. Okay, these are key. These are like, think of these as brushing your teeth for posture. Okay, tuck that chin. 3. So these are very important, and I recommend these can be done every day. Okay, we tend to lose a lot of our posterior muscles and focus on that, especially if we have some type of chair or scooter, or even if you're just sedentary and you sit a lot. So we want to make sure that we're really waking these up and keeping those shoulder stabilizers strong so that we can try and create the best posture possible, and your spine will love you for that. Okay, last 4 here. 1, I'll do the second set to the side so that everybody can see. And good. And relax, last 1, 4, take a break, okay? So rest, and then we're doing 1 more set. I'll just turn sideways so that you can see what I'm doing, although most of you are familiar with this. So here we go. So you can always re-tap if you need to. By now they should start to feel a bit warm back here. Okay, peach under the chin. Here we go. Squeeze and relax. Okay, squeeze, relax. Notice on my relax, I'm not going into protraction. Okay, my relax is just neutral. So it's squeeze and then just relax. They're just going back to neutral, okay? Squeeze and relax. And squeeze and relax. And squeeze and relax. And squeeze and rest. Last 3 here. 1, rest, and 2, and relax. Starting to feel the warmth back there. 3, and rest. Excellent. Okay, last thing in warm up, we will be using the dowel, and then we're going to get started. Grab your dowel, scap squeeze, but this time we're going to do it with the dowel out in front. So if you have a compromised core and for whatever reason, go ahead and grab a chest strap, or you can just stay seated backwards, like stay seated upright against the back of your chair. You may even want to like incline your chair a bit maybe if you don't have a chest strap. Otherwise, nice and tall, abs are braced, arms straight out in front, and we're going to break that bar across our chest. So we're still feeling that squeeze back there that we just did, and then center. 2. Okay, 15, 1 set. 3, 4, and 5. Good. Karina has shared another playlist, so there's options now for music. And 6. Good. Keep going. 2 more. And 5, and good. Now we're gonna rotate. Just rotate slightly using the abdominals back to center. So my elbows are bent, okay? The dowel is just close to the belly button. And we're just rotating. And I want you to think of rotating through the torso. So it's not the arms. The arms aren't doing any work. They're just holding a dowel. That's it. Okay, last thing in warm up. This is actually going to be similar to something we do in one of our intervals. And excellent. Last 4 here. This is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and relax. All right. Hopefully you're warm. Grab some water. Keep the dowel with you, and then I'm going to explain our first circuit. Okay, and it's going to be 3 exercises. Okay, so we are going to be doing, I'll show you the 3 movements first, and then we are going to put them all together in a circuit, and we're going to go through that circuit a few times, okay? So the first one is going to be an overhead tip, okay? So we're going to take the arms up, they start up, and we're going to tip over, and then back to center, tip over, back to center, and then the dowel gets to come down. Okay, so when we do this, notice how the relationship between my arm and my ear stays the same. So I'm not doing this, right? We're not in a crowd like yelling at a concert, hey, right? It's a whole tip. So we're tipping from the torso. We're trying to activate those muscles in the torso, oblique, internal, and external, okay? So every time you do tip, tip, you get to come down to center. Okay, so that's 1. 2 is going to be a kayak to one side. So you can have your hands like this, or you have one hand on top, or you can just do like this, okay? And you're just gonna dip down and rotate and come back to center as if you're kayaking. Well, canoeing actually, because you're only off to one side, okay? Good, unless you're in like a double kayak or something. Okay, so just the one side. Then the second one round of that is going to be the other side. So don't worry, we're going to do both sides. Okay, so it's going to be 1 minute for each movement, all back to back. I'll give you about 5 seconds, 5 to 8 seconds of transition. And then after all 3 have been done, we're doing a break for a minute. So 4 minutes total. So 1, tip, tip, that'll be our first minute. Then a little transition, kayak, center, probably not long transition because then we're just going right back to the other side. And then we take a minute rest and then we're doing all of that again. Okay, we're doing that for 3 rounds. Okay, so get water now, get ready. Okay, notice just, it doesn't look like I'm dipping very far, and that's because I'm on a couch. So if you are seated in a chair where you have space below you, I want you to really dip down. Really try and dip down, okay? All right, we ready? Starting with up and over. 3, 2, 1, and we're on the clock. Up. Okay, my tempo is going to be medium. Okay, I don't really care what your tempo is at, as long as you're controlled with your movements. Okay, and yeah, as long as you're controlled with your movements. Do challenge yourself though. If everything feels good, try speeding it up a little bit. Okay, I would probably expect most of you to be at my tempo or faster. Okay, if you're standing while you're doing this, make sure you're engaging in your abdominals. Think of dropping your tailbone down to the floor, okay, so that we are supporting that spine. Some of you actually, I know Mariana, sometimes you use a stability ball. Okay, that's awesome. If anybody has a stability ball and they're able to, that's also a really good option to sit on, as long as you feel stable enough with your hands overhead. Okay, 2, 1, here we go, kayaks, and go for 1 minute. Breathing. Okay, really use those rotational muscles. If you can feel your feet in the floor, I want you to think of pushing them down into the floor. Okay, So feel yourself connected while you do this. Once again, I'm not dipping very low because I'm on the couch. Feel free to really dip your hand down at your side. Make that movement nice and big. Okay, we're halfway here, over halfway actually. Keep going. Good. Okay, we got about 15 seconds left, and then we're doing the other side. Who says you can't get cardio out at home, hey? Keep moving. 3, 2, 1. Quick transition, other side. Here we go. 1 minute. This is your last minute. Good. Exhale as you rotate. Nice breathing. Okay, over halfway here. You guys are doing awesome. Keep going. And this is 15 seconds. Almost there, then you get a rest. Okay, I'm keeping the clock going and stop. 1 minute break. We're doing all of that again. Okay, so water. Hi, Linda. Nice to see you. We're using a dowel today. We're doing cardio-based. Okay, we're starting in 45 seconds and we're doing that same circuit. So 4 minutes total, including your break. Okay, we're starting in 30 seconds from now. Okay, got about 15 seconds and then we're getting started. Remember, when you bring your hands up over your head, keep that chin tucked. 5, 4, 3, 2, and here we go. Tip, 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 tip. Try and get your hands right above your head. Okay, so you shouldn't be able to see the dowel. If you look up, it's like barely, it's barely there, right above the crown of the head. Awesome, we're breathing. Okay, you're halfway on this one. Ten seconds. Breathing, you're almost there. I'll give you a 5-second recovery. Good. Recovery now, starting in 3, 2, 1, and here we go. Kayak, center, kayak. Exhale, exhale. Nice and fluid. Pretend like you really are driving your dowel into the water. It's a paddle, okay? Feel the resistance of the water. That's it. Halfway already. Keep moving. If you feel good, try going a little faster, as long as you can keep your control. Okay. 15 seconds. Then we're going to the other side. Nice deep breathing. Notice that where your feet are, they planted into the floor. Can you feel your heels driving down? Are you squirming around in your seat? Other side for 3, 2, 1. Here we go. So you shouldn't be squirming around with your hips, right? We want to try and stay nice and stable in your lower half. So the more you can think, if you can, driving those feet into the floor, the more stable you're going to be and the more we can use our rotational muscles in our core. Okay. I know it's tough for some people, but just try and get that visualization. Really think of the bottom of your feet. What do you feel down there? And if you can't feel down there, imagine what they're doing, right? They're planted into the ground or your foot plates. Last 20 seconds here, and then you get your break. Keep moving. Almost there. Breathe. Don't forget the breath. And time. Okay. 1 minute rest, and then we're doing that for a third time. Okay, so water. Now's your chance to type in the comments if you want. Maybe you just need to break. That's fine. One more round with these 3, and then we're going to switch it up. Okay. 30 seconds in. Okay, hopefully all are doing okay. Okay, we're starting in about 15 seconds, exact same pattern last time. Okay. Here we go in 3, 2, 1, and let's go. Good. Okay, drawing the belly button into the spine. Think of breathing nice and deep. You're already over halfway. Tempo is up to you, but just keep moving. Okay, don't forget about that peach under your chin. Keep the back of the neck super, super long. That's it, less than 10 seconds. Keep going, keep going. And this is your 5, 4, getting into kayak 3. I'm gonna start on the opposite side. 1, here we go. Getting warm, hopefully by now. Heart rate might be up, hopefully. Okay, if you haven't done some good cardio in a while, you might be feeling this more than you would think, and that's okay too. This might be a good one for you to revisit later, as they are all recorded and you can find them on Facebook later on. Okay, 20 seconds here, and then we switch to the other side. Really rotate with your dowel, dip down into the water, really dip down. Should be going lower than I am because I'm on a couch. This is 3, 2, 1. Take a second. Transition. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Other side. Excellent. Keep moving. Everybody, you're almost there. 30 seconds. Imagine you're out paddling out in the water, right out in Vancouver. You're passing Granville Island, heading towards Science World. Sun's beating down. This is 3, 2, 1, and time. All right, excellent. We're done with that circuit. So take a break. I'll time the rest. We're going to start in exactly 1 minute. Okay, and then we will start with a new circuit of 3 exercises. Okay, you're 30 seconds in. So this next one, I'll start explaining it now. Okay, this next one, we are going to be doing this one that we did in warm up. So like it's almost like a row. So we're trying to row, squeeze the shoulder blades, bring it right to your chest. Okay, that's one. And then two is going to be actually kayaking. So you're switching side, side, side for 2 minutes. Okay, so 1 minute here and then right into 2 minutes. So it's like a 2-minute sprint. Okay, I know it's long, but you can always stop if you need to. Okay, otherwise we're going to keep moving. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, and let's go. Boom, boom. Feel those shoulder blades squeezing. Keep those arms up, elbows up. So my elbows are going straight back. Okay, find your tempo and stick with it. Just keep moving. Think of your back body. What's happening back there? What shape is your spine in? Are we tall? You're over halfway. "15 seconds left. And we have a 2-minute sprint. That's it. I'll give you a 5-second transition. That's it. I know sounds like I'm mean today. Getting ready. 3, 2, getting ready to kayak, and here we go. 2 minutes on the clock. Okay, you don't have to stop through center if you don't want to. I'm just doing transitions, smooth, one side to the other. If you want to stop through center, you can. But otherwise, we're just smoothly going side to side. Okay, following your eye gaze with the dowel, unless you want to look straight ahead. But I find that you get a bigger rotation when you follow your eye gaze and let your whole torso rotate. Okay, breathing. We're here for a little bit, so keep moving. Good. Inhale and inhale. Exhale and exhale. You are 1 minute in, folks. Last minute. Keep moving. That's it. Breathing. Don't forget to breathe. What's happening with your feet? Can you imagine them planting into the ground or your foot plate? You're pushing through the floor. Hips should be still. No swiggling or wiggling around in your seat. All of the rotation comes from your torso. Don't worry, I can talk and still keep time. We have 20 seconds left. Sometimes I mess up counts, but I can keep time on a phone and talk. If any of you were doubting me. Okay, almost there. I know it's long. You got 4. This is your 3, 2, 1, and time. Woohoo! All right. That was the longest timed interval I've done with this class, so great, good job. But guess what? We're gonna do it again. So take 1 full minute rest, and then we're doing that again, starting with here, okay? Make sure you're getting water, especially if you find that you're getting warm. Open a window. It's a little cooler out there today. Okay, we have 30 seconds until we start again. Okay, we're all still here. That's a good sign. No one's having comments. I'll take it. That means you guys are working too hard to write. Okay, we're starting in 8 seconds. So getting your dowel ready right in front. Here we go. This is 4, 3, 2, 1, and here we go. 1 minute here. Excellent. Think of all the little tips I've been giving you. Which one resonates with you? Which one do you know you have to think about? Okay, focus. Try not just numb out of this movement. Try and really focus on what you're doing. Okay, mind-muscle connection. It makes all of the difference. Okay, so focus on what's happening. Back body, feet planted in the floor, spine long, core engaged, peach under the chin, whatever it is, take what works for you and think about it. Everything, little bits are gonna work differently for everyone. Okay, 2, 1, and here we go. Ready? 2 minutes, go. So if I give a little tip and it doesn't resonate with you or it doesn't do anything for you, that's okay, just let it go. And then the next one that does, that's what you're gonna work on. Because I give enough tips and feedback to sound like a broken record sometimes, so I know that there'll be at least one that will stick for each of you, okay? And everybody breathe. We're here for 2 minutes. Keep moving. Imagine you're out on the ocean, okay? You're in a bay, it's beautiful and warm, salt water splashing on you if you like that. Feel what your body feels like in this moment. Feel the water resistance as you pull into the water with your dowel or paddle. Okay, we're breathing. Okay, you're doing excellent. We're already halfway. That was your minute. We have 1 minute left here. Keep moving with me. No one ever regrets going for a 2-minute sprint of a kayak. That's it. Following that rotational, getting that torso to rotate, following the dowel with your torso, not just letting the arms go back. 30 seconds left, everybody. That's it. Nice and smooth with your movements. Getting taller with every rotation. Shoulders back. Are we tall? Are we sitting tall? You have 6 seconds to figure that out. 5, 4, 3, 2, and relax. Excellent. Okay. Dowel aside, water, and I'm going to walk you through a bit of a cool down. Okay. Excellent job today. All right, here we go. So we're going to catch a shoulder, catch an arm across, and give that shoulder a nice big stretch. Nice and tall, relax, let your heart rate come down, breathing. Okay, and just notice how your body feels. That's 30 seconds. Release that. Give your arms a shake. And now we do the other side, catching that other arm. And here we go. Five seconds. And very good, letting that go. Okay, now we're gonna do a full twist. So we're gonna rotate over and you're gonna hold, you're gonna look over your shoulder and just get a stretch for those rotational muscles that we used for almost 40 minutes. 3, 2, 1. Slowly unwind from that. Other side. Same thing. 30 seconds, staying nice and tall. Eight seconds. And coming back to center. Okay, we're gonna do a couple cat-cows. So I'll show it both ways. I'll show seated here. So I want you to think of rounding in the spine. So you're gonna basically slouch and then tuck your chin and come all the way down like you're rounding in your back. So the worst posture ever, okay? Then you're gonna roll up and we're gonna do the opposite. And if you can, you're gonna bring your hands behind you and you're gonna lift your heart up to the ceiling and try and get an opposite C curve out of your spine. So heart up. And then we do that again, coming all the way down, rounding in the spine, tucking your chin. And slowly come on up, take the opposite way, hands behind you, heart up to the ceiling, up. Shoulders down in your back pockets. And we're gonna do that one more time, coming all the way down. Tuck the chin. Slowly coming up, eyes to the sky, hands behind you, heart to the ceiling. And coming back to center. Good. Just give your shoulders a little bit of a roll. Make sure your neck's relaxed. Good. Okay. That is our workout today.